Physics engines in games are great for forces and collisions, but they don't actually deform or break apart objects. So today, let's take a look at how 3D objects are represented in games and how we can manually split them apart. A mesh in its simplest form is just a collection of points in space, connected in sets of 3 to form triangular surfaces. To simplify things a bit, let's start out with splitting a simple sphere, divided by a plane right in the middle. To implement the slicing function, we need to know what mesh is being cut, as well as the position and direction of the cutting plane. We can then iterate through every triangle that forms the mesh and determine what side of the cutting plane it falls on. If all vertices of a triangle are on the same side of the plane, then our work would be simply making 2 new meshes with the triangles that fall on either side of the plane. In reality, this would never be the case. Testing our implementation so far, we can indeed split the mesh in 2. But since triangles that are divided by the plane are currently being ignored, we end up with unwanted gaps in our generated meshes. To fix this, we subdivide any intercepted triangle into 3 new triangles that fit perfectly on either side of the cutting plane. Took some trial and error for me to get the wrapping orders right, but I eventually figured it out, and now we have a mesh being split in 2 with no gaps. Currently, our generated meshes are open-ended, which is fine for hollow objects, but if we want to make solid objects, we should work on closing up those openings. To do this, we collect all vertices that form the opening, find the center by averaging out the positions, sort them by their angle to the center, and form new triangles with neighboring points. You might notice the generated meshes are lower poly than the original mesh. Let's take a look at why this is and how to fix it. Because we are duplicating vertices for every triangle, none of the surfaces are actually connected, and surface smoothing would not work. To fix this, we check if a vertex already exists at the same position and reuse it for multiple triangles. At this point, I was really happy with the progress, so I set up some assets to test in a real game environment. I then realized there were 2 more things I wanted to do. The first is calculate normals correctly, so our generated objects are shaded correctly. And the second was I wanted the ability to have a texture on the generated mesh, which required UVs. The UVs are calculated using a technique called planar projection. That's it for now, but I would love the opportunity to dig deeper into this and work on more dynamic and irregular mesh deformations. Thanks for watching to the end. Subscribe for more videos exploring game development and let me know if you have any requests.